All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Bill Gates today. And I kind of been holding off on the whole Bill Gates thing, trying to, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But now I kind of don't. And everybody, at first, now don't get me wrong. At first, everybody was jumping on me, talking about, oh, well, you posted this old article and stuff like that. But then I started digging. And the rabbit hole is deep with him. All right. So first of all, his daddy was in Planned Parenthood. All right. And regardless of what you think about Planned Parenthood is designed so that minorities, quote unquote minorities, African Americans, Latinos, anybody else that's non-white don't have too many babies. And they do it under the guise of, you having freedom and all of this kind of stuff, freedom to make the choices you want to make. And what else do they try to, they just fill you up with a bunch of BS. But really, the whole thing is look, we don't want you to have a whole bunch of black babies. And then, and then the other thing is then, of course, then society has to take care of them. Of course, though, but then on the flip side, you got all of these folks, these conservatives walking around who are anti-abortion, but yet and still, if you have the baby, then they villainize you. You're a villain and a demon and everything else because you had a baby and now you can't take care of it. All right, so. I'm not going to even comment on how I feel about that. I mean, I have children, so, and I love my children. So but to each his own, that's your choice. You have, your decision is your decision. I can't make that decision. And one thing I don't think that men should be making decisions for women. I mean, that's just, it just doesn't seem right to me, not in my opinion, it's just like everybody else's opinion. It don't really matter. But anyway, so Bill Gates, okay, so we know that he's got 1 foot deep into Planned Parenthood. Now, the second thing is him and his wife. Okay, so his wife comes out now. Okay, so now out of nowhere, and this is recent, out of nowhere, hundreds of 100 million or 100, all of these Africans are going to die of coronavirus. However, at this stage in the game, Africa remains the most uninfected continent on the map. All right. So, and I mean, that's as of me making this video today, and the other portion is in South America, the what I call the uncolonized part of South America. All right, so now, next thing on Bill Gates, okay, so his wife is tripping too. All right, so and everything is about, so then this article comes out about Bill Gates thinks that Africa is too populated. And so, so my first thing is I wanted to cuss. Like, what the does Bill Gates have to do with Africa? He don't live in Africa. He ain't got, he has no interest in Africa except for what? That he wants Africans dead. He also came out and said that all of these Africans were going to die from coronavirus. Now, what's fishy about that? What's fishy about that is that if you really dig deep on Bill Gates in 2016 bought the patent, or and then I even had people splitting hairs with, well, it was the Bill Gates Foundation, it wasn't him. He funds the Bill Gates Foundation, okay? The other thing is this Dr. Charles Lieber, who is still in jail, but fact check says that he has nothing to do with the coronavirus, but he's in jail. And he was running a lab with students from Wuhan, where ground zero for coronavirus was. Okay, so all right, so I'll let all my people that hate conspiracy theories, I'll let y'all have that. But the bottom line is, what's the bottom line? The bottom line is this man owns the patent to coronavirus. All right. He also owns patents to vaccines to coronavirus and other vaccines, not just that vaccine, but he has patents to other vaccines. And he's walking around pushing vaccines. Okay. Dr. G, the leader of the World Health Organization, right? He was defunded by Trump when he said, y'all cannot use Africa as a testing ground for your vaccines and for your medicines. Africa will not be used. Of course, Dr. G, I can't pronounce his name. He got like his name is like, if you can pronounce it, inbox me. But I'm just telling y'all. So now he said, look, by no means, he said, no, there will not be any testing of vaccines. And then they got people who went ahead and did it anyway. There's reports out there, but like I said, all the fact checks people say, no, it's not going on. But then there are people on the ground who are saying, yeah, they're actually like that one pill that Trump was pushing because they own stock in it. Bill Gates owned stock in it. Okay. Once again, when I was in law school, we had a little thing that you always say, follow the rich white man with the money and you'll know who is culpable and who the criminal is. So I'm just saying, if a disinterested party, somebody who's disinterested, why do you own patents on coronavirus? Why do you own patents on coronavirus vaccines? And I'm talking about 4 years ago. Okay, 4 years ago. And Dr. Lieber, well, the white guy that they got in jail in federal jail, in federal custody. We don't know if he's in jail, but we know that they arrested him and there was no other report about him being released or where his whereabouts are or anything like that. The only thing we know is that he ran a laboratory, and for all intents and purposes, and this is what I've heard from some other doctors, just go out there and research. I can't think of the guy's name. There's another doctor out there, and he says that this virus was engineered, because don't you find it odd that it goes after people with pre-existing conditions, which was a contention in Obamacare. Obamacare and all of the healthcare arguments have always been about pre-existing conditions. This thing kills, and today they came out with another report saying that it systematically kills people. Half of the victims were obese. So it systematically kills obese people. It systematically kills people who have respiratory problems. It systematically kills people that have autoimmune problems, immune deficiencies, immune system already pre-existing conditions. Okay, so what's going on? So and the guy, he's I'll get his name next time. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he said that it was engineered to do that, and that what they did was they took the coronavirus that already existed, which is a form of SARS, and they mutated it so that it would do this. But you're not going to hear that in the mainstream media. Nobody's going to tell you. But here's the other thing. It also has it's almost a 90% recovery rate. Okay, if you can regain your lung function and if you can regain, your breathing. All right. Once again, ventilators, respirators, anything that aids your breathing will not prevent you from dying. They're not telling you that. They're still up there, Trump and his boys, Fauci, Trump, and whoever else they have speaking, Pence, whoever else they have speaking, the ventilator, the respirator is not the way to go. It's not the way to go. And finally, I found the video with the white couple that was on the ship. All right, it's on YouTube. There was a white couple that was aboard those ships that were off the coast of Washington State in the Pacific. All right, the guy, when I said this yesterday, he said unequivocally, do not allow them to put you on a ventilator or a respirator, because all they're going to do is let you die. See, and that's what I'm saying. So a lot of this, and then the whole thing about New York as well, you know, my hat's off to the people in New York, because they allowed those people to come in and they knew that they had people that were infected. How can they not know when they put a number on it? See, before everything, they didn't, you know, they put a number on it before. And once again, Bill Gates, let's go back to the culprit. Once again, how is Bill Gates, why is he even in the conversation? How does he know how many people are going to die, or how can he make a prediction of how many people are going to die? Because he's the one who paid this. Look, that Dr. Lieber got paid $150 million and an additional I think somebody said it was like $60,000 to $70,000 a month from the Chinese government. Why are they in a lab working on a virus? Why are they in a lab creating a virus? Ask yourself. And then all of this stuff is going on, and now the whole big hype is, well, when are we going to reopen the country? And like I keep saying, we got to just go ahead and do it, because they know that people are going to continue to die from this virus. Why? Because it's aimed at a certain group of people. It's aimed at people who have immune system deficiencies, who have respiratory deficiencies, who have any type of obesity or pre-existing condition where their body, their immune system, or their respiratory system is already weakened, or they are of advanced age. You remember what happened when the lieutenant governor of Texas, what did he say? He said, we're willing to risk all of our old people. We're willing to let all of our old people die. And in Italy, what was the marching call? Anybody that was over 80, they just let them go. They didn't even treat them. They didn't even treat them. Okay? So once again, ask yourself, why is the one of the richest people in the world, why is he so interested in Africa, Africans dying, and everything else? And then think about this, the entire thing, and we know that part of that agenda has to be depopulation, or to the eradication, or just the genocide of people of color in the world, because they thought that it would do that to us, but it turned around and it started doing it to them. And that's why the world is on lockdown. See, if it would attack those whatever crazy amount of people that they were trying to kill in Africa, if it would have started attacking them, the world would not be on lockdown. They didn't lock down the world when Ebola was out there, and Ebola is a worse disease. It's a worse virus, because it kills almost immediately. There's no recovery time and all that kind of stuff. It kills almost immediately. So just think about those things. Think about what I just put out there, and look and see what's happening. And even if they release your state, still be careful. Wear your mask. Do what you got to do, but keep yourself safe. Because, and I'm not saying when I said it was a hoax, I was saying it was a hoax from the standpoint that it was invented by people in order to hide what they're doing. It's smokescreen and mirrors. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. hit the notification button, hit all the buttons for me. But most of all, hit the love button. I love you.